everybody, it's Christine. It is time for challenge number 2 for our Counterfeit Kit Challenge blog. And today's challenge, I'm not going to be able to pull up the Pinterest board because, well, I don't have Pinterest on my iPad. But the idea is Tara, who's the master forager, had put a bunch of layouts on a Pinterest board, and we had to basically scrap lift one of those layouts, or I guess maybe perhaps even just be inspired by. So the one I picked is, this little guy by Janessa Franco. It's a paper issues one, and I really like it. She's got like 3 pattern papers here. There's 4 pictures, a bunch of little, kind of thingies around. There's a little bit of like stamping or mixed media here, and then just kind of some random little things with a big old title in the middle. So what I've kind of done, I've gone through my kit. I'm actually going to use, so she's got the green stamping. I should probably leave it here. First off, I'm so sorry, y'all. I always do this. I ramble, and I don't know what I'm going to say until I say it, and then whatever happens. My 4 pictures of these little baby pictures of my little girl. I have 1,000 copies of these because I've mentioned this before. This is back in the day where you go and you'd spend, $19.99. You got the same pose 87 times. Y'all, look at my little baby. Was she not the cutest little thing? And this right here, this is a little Dallas Cowboy cheerleader. She got not pulled over. My sister was pushing her in the mall and she got stopped 1,000 times. My little old baby, she was so cute. Anyways, that's the 4 pictures I'm going to use. And so I had this one out of my kit. This is really old, Karen Foster Designs. I'm hopeful it's going to work. I'm a little bit worried because I thought the year was on here. I don't know how old it is. It's really old. But I can already see there's a little bit of pullback, so I'm hopeful this is going to work. But that's the title I want to kind of put in the middle. And then my papers I'm thinking I'm going to use this green as the background because she's got green stamping. So I'm going to do green with white stamping. So, because I pulled out, this was not in my kit, but since I saw that, I've got like a similar stamp. And I've got this Whisper White, so I'm going to try to make that work. And I've got these patterns. So kind of what I'm thinking is this will be the green. This will be my stripe. I'm going to use the rainbow instead. I'm going to have it, use the rainbow because I think that's too cute. And then this will be my black and white. Now she's got numbers, but I don't have that. So we're going to do that. And then I thought this might be pretty in between because it's kind of like, not that obviously, but like this right here. So this will come kind of in between. So I thought that was really pretty. So that's kind of my plan here. I'll probably end up mounting the pictures on white cardstock because that looks like she might have done that there. And I think it'll fit in here. It's kind of neat though. She slipped the pictures up in between the paper layers. So that's really cute. So anyways, let me get to cutting. Let me get my papers kind of ready to go here and probably my photos mounted, and I'll be back on in a second. Okay, gang, so I have mounted my photos on white cardstock, and then I have already actually torn my papers and kind of set those off to the side because I thought, okay, I need to do my stamping and whatnot. And y'all, I'm going to be completely honest with you and tell you, I do not love how this stamping came out. I don't think my ink pad is terribly juicy anymore. I don't know if I have any replacement ink. I don't think I do. It's really old, y'all. I used to get Stampin' Up! All the time, probably 10, 12 years ago. And I've gotten 1 or 2 that I've refilled, but the rest of them are just still kind of sitting here. So this poor little old ink pad is probably not terribly inked up. And then the second thing is my stamp here. The pattern is pretty square, and I laid it down there and all that, and it just didn't give me the same feeling like she had. So I'm not going to tell you I love it. So in some ways, I'm not sad that the ink was a little bit light, like it wasn't terribly visible, because I wasn't in love with how I had my stamping coming out. So, but you know what? It does the job, and I'm not going to worry about it. Now, I'm going to let y'all see how my cat behaves in just a minute, okay? A lot of times, I'll cut stuff out or whatever. I'm going to leave this in here because, y'all, she gets sassy. So the first thing I'm going to do here is I need to take my little How Cute, and I'm going to put the little rub-on down here. And, y'all, this actually goes really well. I was pretty pleased considering how old this darn thing is. It rubs off so nicely, so easily. I didn't have to fight it. I was able to pull it right up. It worked perfectly. So it kind of made up for my stamping situation, if I'm honest, because it did turn out really cute. So this takes me just a second. I will tell you also, and you'll see this in a minute, my pictures are bigger, or they're vertical, and hers were kind of horizontal. And so she did that really cute thing where she kind of tucked it in between the papers. I'm not going to be able to do that because the pictures are too big. So they will just go on top of the paper layers. But I'm kind of sad because I did think that was a really cute technique, but just wasn't going to work. So here's where I'm going to start trying to put the pictures. I'm going to try to figure out like where the papers are going to go and which pictures and whatnot. So I'm just going to organize these for a second and say, okay, these are the ones I want on top and bottom and that sort of thing. And then now I'm going to start pulling my papers out. Y'all, this cat, look at that. Do you see what she's doing? She knows. She was not wanting me to put these papers down. I was like, Saturn, I'm calling her Brooke. Saturn, stop behaving that way, and she was playing, man. It was time to play. She, at one point, I don't know if I left this part on camera, she leans over and just bites me because I'm playing with her toys. So I thought y'all might get a kick out of that because some of you guys are like, oh, I love Saturn and all that. Well, this little sassy thing, she definitely was misbehaving. I saw a funny little TikTok this morning, or maybe it was a reel. I think my girl Shaylee sent it to me. And it was these two little black cats, and the one cat had a look. Look at her. She's chewing on my paper, y'all. I had to take it from her. She got upset. Anyway, the one little cat says, I prevented a murder today. And the other little cat's kind of goofy looking. And he says, how's that? And he goes, I have self-control. This little cat, my cat, man, she's a little pooter, man. She's cute, and I guess it's her good looks that keeps her out of trouble most of the time because she definitely gets herself into trouble. So anyways, I thought that was funny, though. I did have to trim my black paper up because I made it just a tad too long. I was kind of gluing from the top down so I could slip them up underneath there. And it was a tad too long, so I had to trim that one. I think I have to trim the other one too, but I don't remember for sure. But I just kind of glue these down. These are also possibly a little deeper than what she had on her papers, which is another reason that might have been a tricky part to stick the pictures down in there. But it looked good with the title, so I'm not sad about it. And honestly, I kind of realized when I was kind of dry fitting the pictures that I was not going to be able to fit them in between those papers. I don't even care how narrow they were. It just wasn't going to work. So they were going to have to go on top. But that's okay because it turns out real cute. I'm not sad about it. Actually, I think this layout turns out adorable. I sent it to my daughter and she goes, oh, how cute. And I mean, no pun intended, but I was like, that's because I had the cutest baby. So anyway, so now I'm going to kind of glue those down. So I'm not going to make you sit through it. But then here I have pulled out, y'all, I went through and I pulled out all the ephemera in my kit. I'm like, I need more stuff. So I got into all my stash and I pulled about everything I owned out. No, not really. I have way more than that, but I definitely pulled out all kinds of stuff. And one thing I pulled out because it has the months in it was this little like Project Life type deal. And it has all these little chipboard pieces that you can use to kind of date things. And I decided, you know what, I'm going to put the month that these pictures were. Because this was basically, there was 1 month missing. I've got October's missing out of this little batch here. And I know I have it. I just didn't go get it. And I'm not going to go get it. So I just put the months on each one of these. You can kind of see the little gray months on there. And I think that was pretty cute. And it kind of documents for me. So that was good. And then I did decide to put this little word happy down there on the lower right. So this is now where I'm going to get, honestly, it's kind of a deviation in some sense because I don't really do the exact same things. Like she had arrows kind of under and over her pictures, but because I don't have the room above and below the pictures, I don't do the arrows. But I just kind of take and put like cute little puffy stickers and things on it. So I got like puffy flowers. I put a little bird up there in the upper left just because the colors match. I take some puffy hearts. I'm going to end up pulling out my little, you can kind of see them in the upper left there. I'm going to pull out like a chipboard circle, a couple of chipboard circles. I'm going to use those as well. But right now, like I said, I'm just kind of, honestly, just sticking things everywhere. She kind of had stuff sprinkled around, so I'm just kind of doing that. I do find like a little puffy heart, a little circle, a couple little enamel shapes that I'm using, kind of how she had different little things. And like I said, I thought this turned out so cute. I mean, the title's awesome. I'm really proud I got to use that because I've probably had that thing, y'all, maybe 15 years at this point. So I'm so proud. That is the one thing about doing this Counterfeit Kit Challenge is, the whole point is to get into your stash. And I tend not to do that because I do get monthly subscriptions to some things. Y'all have seen them, Scrap Room, Hip Kit, that sort of stuff. And when you get those monthly subscriptions, you go, okay, I need to use these. So I rarely get over into my stash. And so I'm proud that this little blog here is going to help me do that. And I'm kind of proud because I'm actually making pretty good progress through my kit. So I'm hoping to kill it. We'll see. I might not, but I might. Who knows? And darn it if I don't keep adding these little ephemera things to it or these little embellishment things to it. I did go into like I said, I got other things. I pulled this Illustrated Faith, and that has love on it. And then there's another little piece that says, I love you more. And I say that to her all the time. She'll say, I love you. And I say, I love you more. So I'm kind of proud of having that in there. And then also there was this cute little phrase from my kid. It said, this year is going to be amazing. And this was her first year. So that was kind of why I put that on there. And I glued that. I'm going to glue that down. I think I'm just kind of going through making sure if I used all the little pieces I want to use. I'm going to take out my Nuvo glue and start gluing some stuff down. I might should have made y'all not set through that, but I guess I might. So, yeah, because these little chipboard pieces don't really have much adhesive. I tried to pull that one up. It wouldn't come up, but the other ones do. So I'm going to add some glue to these pieces here. I don't add any additional mixed media. I don't recall seeing anything on hers that would, lead you to sprinkle or anything like that. So I don't add anything like that. I guess the stamping was kind of sufficient, even though it is a little hard to see. I mean, I'm not going to lie to you, but like I said, I can't swear that I'm sad about that because it wasn't the best stamping job I ever did, y'all. So I'm just going to finish gluing this stuff down, and in just a second, I'm going to give you a slowdown. Now, Saturn, as usual, she would not move, y'all. Today, she's in a mood. She's in a real mood, so I couldn't get her to move, so there's a shadow here. I mean, could I get her to move? Yes, I could pick her up and move her, but you know what? I love my baby, so it's okay. So here's the slowdown. You can kind of see I had to come up over her head, y'all, so I'm right up on that camera. Anyways, though, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you check out the blog, you guys. There's going to be a bunch of different, I think there's 4 or 5 of us that do the challenge or something like that out of the team. There's a good chunk of us. And don't forget to watch 30 Days of Sketches. I got that going on too. And my Instagram at Scrapping Harden. And all the good stuff. All the good goods. Oh, don't forget to like and subscribe. And we will see you tomorrow. Bye.